In recent weeks, fellow content creators and former fans of Colleen Ballinger have come forward to comment on the disturbing allegations against her. Many have spoken out against her, claiming the interactions they had with her were toxic, exploitative, and hurtful. So in this video, we're going to be looking at the top 10 celebrities who called out Colleen Ballinger. Number 10, Ethan Klein. The host of the H3 podcast took a deep dive into the allegations during episode 77 of Off the Rails. During this 3-hour-long video, Ethan went through a PowerPoint about the entire situation, talking about everything from the very beginning of Colleen's disturbing behavior right until the worst of it. To many fans, some of these allegations go back to when her character Miranda Sings first appeared on the internet back in 2008. To the untrained eye, her character was seemingly lighthearted, and at times she dealt with adult content, but Colleen included more than just a few innuendos in these YouTube videos. She often made references to the character Miranda's uncle attacking her and frequently mentioned X-rated films. What makes the situation so troubling is that she deliberately catered her Miranda Sings character to a younger audience, taking on a childlike role and dressing in bright colors. In some ways, this is how she slipped past the detection of parents and parental controls. Although her fans may not always understand the topics being shown to them, there is a good chance that they'll become desensitized to the gravity of the subject matter or even imitate it, especially when they're seeing others laughing about it. Number 9, Joshua Evans. Colleen's ex-husband used to be a fan favorite of those tuning in to watch Miranda Sings on YouTube. Until that is, they announced their divorce in an emotional video in 2016. Colleen explained that the image they had curated online was completely different from what was happening in real life. She said, "We've always had a rocky relationship since the beginning. We've always butted heads, we always fought since we've met. It's never been a perfect relationship. I realized just how unhappy we both were. I want Joshua to be happy and I can't make him happy." Years later, one of her first accusers, Mcintyre, would claim that Colleen would talk about her marriage to Joshua in their group chats, which was full of young fans. Apparently, she told them that he was emotionally manipulative towards her and would tell them intimate details of their relationship. This, of course, was highly inappropriate considering that the people in this chat were usually between 13 and 16 years old. Adam claimed that Colleen would trauma dump on him all the time. He said, "I was so involved in this woman's life that it's embarrassing to look back on. There were some days on a school night I would be up until like 4 a.m. trying to calm her down or trying to give her advice. It was a private thing." Number 8, Jeffree Star. The beauty guru recently did a TikTok live stream with Rich Lux and Eugenia Cooney. The three of them discussed Colleen's presence online as well as the controversy that she's going through. Jeffree said, "I am horrified by the things that I have seen. Honestly, I know we're all joking around and having fun, but like, that person is sick. I have never been a fan of her. So I was shocked to see all that." That's my official quote. Eugenia Cooney went on to say, "It's so scary that there are some people on the internet who are doing such horrible things. Since this live stream went up, there have been several other allegations made towards Colleen." Another former fan by the name of Johnny Silvestri said he met her via Skype when he was 15, when he spent hours chatting to her and her best friend Corey DeSoto. The following year, Johnny said that he was offered a position as an assistant on Colleen's tour, which he accepted in the hopes that it would lead him to a future in the entertainment industry, but that turned into an actual nightmare. He said he was constantly screamed at by Corey, which was allegedly witnessed and ignored by Colleen. He also alleged that Joshua engaged him in free labor for his social media accounts under the guise of a friendship. Number 7, Mcintyre. The 20-year-old YouTuber was the first fan to accuse Colleen of behaving inappropriately with him as a teenager. He told Rolling Stone that he discovered YouTube and Colleen's videos at the age of 10, and at age 14 he became one of her close friends. He said after meeting her in person for a second time in 2016, their relationship became real, and they would frequently communicate through tweets and direct messages. He said that their conversations varied from lighthearted to serious issues like her ongoing divorce. Adam claimed that Colleen would use tactics like love bombing to make him feel special, praising him and encouraging him to run her social media accounts without pay or accreditation. The two of them met during a live stream that she was hosting with her friend in 2016. She noticed Adam's tweets and said that he was so funny that she just has to send him something. Then she allegedly sent him lingerie in the mail, which his mother confiscated immediately. They allegedly continued to have a friendship, and she even asked him out to lunch when she was in Ireland, where he lives. This relationship continued for some years until Adam posted something on her social media media account, which received a ton of backlash. At the moment, he is still coming through with more evidence of these allegations, and he even started his own drama channel in the midst of it all. Number 6. Trisha Paytas. The YouTuber recently launched a new podcast with Colleen called Oversharing. In the wake of the new controversy, many fans have called on Trisha to say something about it. In response, she posted a religious quote which seems to have been about forgiveness. On her Instagram story, she wrote, "Always pray to have eyes that see the best in people, a heart that forgives the worst, and a mind that forgets the bad, and a soul that never loses faith in God." At the moment, Trisha and Colleen are still creating content together as a kind of partnership. Fans initially responded very well to this collaboration, but ever since the allegations surfaced, Trisha has been receiving a ton of negative comments on her end as well. From the outside, it looks as though she is continually supporting Colleen, even though she's going through the biggest controversy of her career right now. In fact, she's losing sponsors left and right. At least 2 companies who pay for ads on her podcast with Eric Stockland have now pulled their sponsorship. The skincare company OneSkin spoke to TMZ about why they decided to end the partnership. They said, "We were made aware of this previously and have decided to cease the relationship completely. This behavior is appalling, and we do not condone or support it in any form." After that, a telemedicine company named ZocDoc also ended their partnership with her. And all of this happened 2 weeks in the midst of the scandal. Number 5. Kodee Tyler. The content creator and founder of the YouTube channel Kodee Rants was a longtime fan of Miranda Sings for years. They grew close with her and her family. In a now deleted YouTube video called Why I Left the Colleen Ballinger Fandom, Kodee revealed that they were added to one of her group chats that consisted of very young fans. Although they were an adult at the time, they were reportedly unaware of all the others in this online chat, and they since issued an apology. But the allegations only get worse from here. Some people also opened up about problematic behavior on the part of Colleen's family and friends, specifically her brother Trent and her best friend Corey. Oliver, who is trans and identified as a girl in 2018, said that Trent allegedly complimented their looks, asked them for photos, and told them to text him anytime. Trent was 33 when he did this, while Oliver was 2 decades younger. In one message he said, "Anything we talk about stays between you and I." And in another one he said, "You would look good pregnant if you ever wanted children one day." So basically this kind of accusation stems so far beyond just Colleen herself. There's clearly a massive boundary that was crossed when it comes to people around her interacting with young fans, and all of this is wrong on so many levels. Number 4. Jojo Siwa. If you need further proof that the accusations towards Colleen are accurate, just take a look at her relationship to the YouTube star Jojo. She first rose to fame starring in the hit TV series Dance Moms, showcasing the cruel reality that is behind beauty pageants. She began her own YouTube channel, It's Jojo, which follows her day-to-day life. And even though Jojo started her career pretty young, she and Colleen have quite the history together. They met in 2015 at a cheesecake factory and apparently had one of the best days of Jojo's life. They became very close very quickly, to the point where Colleen even called Jojo her little sister. The reality is though, Jojo got involved with someone much older and more successful than her very early on in her career, and she fell into the fantasy of her having a healthy relationship with Colleen. But the reality was that Colleen was obsessed with her in her career. She became so involved with Jojo to the point that she began regularly releasing videos with her, and Colleen was spending the majority of her time talking about herself or what she thought Jojo should do. With the rumors now circulating on the possible true nature behind their intentions, it's just good to see that Jojo was able to get away from her before anything truly uncomfortable took place. Number 3. Kurtis Conner. The YouTuber is specifically known for his reaction and breakdown videos. His channel is filled with reviews on trashy movies, reactions to cringy content, and breakdowns of some of the dumbest internet trends to exist today. Kurtis has always been very vocal about his opinions towards Colleen's YouTube channel. During one episode of his podcast, he admitted that he wrote a video script which was intended to be used for her channel, but Colleen forced him to scrap that script herself. Apparently she had received inside info that he was going to make a video about her in the near future, and with the help of YouTube, she was able to reach out to Conner and have the content demonetized before it was even filmed. This was apparently a move to maintain her reputation, as at the time she was still considered to be one of the biggest YouTube stars ever. Also, she was on the road performing multiple live stage shows at the time, which would not go down very well with controversy. During those live shows, several audience members reported her strange performance, claiming that they were asked to come up on stage and made to perform as human puppets, with Colleen manipulating them physically in order to try to be funny. So it's no surprise that this kind of thing left fans feeling very uncomfortable. Number 2. Brent Rivera. The influencer is very popular across multiple social media channels. Brent has garnered a massive 26.8 million subscribers on his channel, and it might have been due to his long history with Colleen. He started his YouTube career in his early 20s, and soon enough he got a message from you-know-who. When Brent started garnering some real attention and gaining popularity, that's apparently when Colleen sent him a DM offering to give give him career advice on how to be a YouTube star. At the time, he said he thought of her as someone who just wanted to play a mentor role in his life, so he entertained the conversation. But it wasn't long before these messages became inappropriate. In a since deleted post on Instagram, he revealed a short exchange between himself and Colleen that can only be summarized as uncomfortably flirtatious. Luckily, he had some common sense at the time and decided to ghost her, which probably saved him from receiving an unwanted pair of underwear in the mail. And coming in at number 1, called out on TikTok. This story is truly shocking. A TikTok posted on June 14th by a young woman named Becky alleges that Colleen routinely humiliated and exploited her underage fans for entertainment in her shows. Becky opened up about how she went to one of her shows when she was 16 and was called up on stage to be a part of it, but she soon got very uncomfortable when they started something called the Yoga Challenge, which involved Colleen controlling her body for the audience's amusement. Becky posted footage from the show and said that even though she wasn't wearing pants, that didn't seem to stop her from continuing. She said, in fact, no adult at any point stepped in this situation, and the moment that she'll never forget is when she was lying underneath Colleen while Colleen was smirking down at her and thousands of people were laughing. She said, I was terrified that my body wasn't covered up enough. It felt incredibly violating. I was younger and my body was still developing. For her to use my body as entertainment on stage really set my confidence back quite a lot. Becky says that she doesn't consider the experience to be SA, but it did make her feel nasty and gross, like she wanted to purge and clean out her insides. So of course, it was a horrible moment. Other former fans of Miranda have since come forward about their own experiences attending her live shows, and they said they felt just as uncomfortable at the time. So what do you guys think about everything in this video? Please let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one.